Good morning. What's up, guys? Welcome into the live. You're looking at a 5-minute NQ chart. Let's get to work, baby. We are 2 minutes, 47 seconds out from the close of bar 15. ATR is damn near 60. We've had multiple 100-point range, just about, bars here today. So, does that mean we sit back? We're scared? We do nothing? Hell no. We size down a little bit to match the volatility, and we hit it hard. 220 out. Come on, big bar 15. Let's see what we get. Good morning. Rain, how we doing? Giovanni Joe, good morning, brother. How we doing? Hey, Javaz, good to see ya. John B, what's up, brother? Derek, 145 points, baby. I'd like to know what the entry was on that. Close of 5? I bet my ass it was the close of 5. GX, first payout with that Apex code you won here on the stream. You're damn straight. I've had now, I think 3 people come back and say that they've taken payouts, money in the bank account from accounts or an account they won on the live stream, which is fucking tremendous. That's very good news. That's actually a huge ratio of people that are taking payouts compared to the amount who have won. It's not like I've given away thousands of accounts, at least not yet. That is the plan. By the way, hit the like button. Hit the like button. There is an opportunity to win some accounts every day. It's all you gotta do. Otherwise, it is free to enter. All right. Should we get ready? I think we ought to get ready, man. "25 seconds out." This is bar 15. Gonna go ahead and get the copy trader engaged. 15 seconds here. Let's get this thing ready with a stop limit sell. See if we can get a nice clean close here out of the bears. Bring that guy down a tad. And that's a shrinking bear body, so I'll only give that 15 seconds to give me a fill. Shrinking bear body does not earn 30 seconds. That gets 15 seconds. I want to see quick resolution. If the bears cannot take out the wick low of 15 and create a new low of day within 15 seconds of bar 16 here opening, I do not want to participate. So that will be no fill, no trade. Moving on. Let's see what 16 brings us. Come on, 16! Dump off a cliff, baby. We love it. All right, Art. NQ is at about We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. We'll give you the low. 25,320. Let's see, baby. Everyone remember that Art said the dumping is over at 25,320. Man, I gotta say, I hope you're wrong for the sake of getting as many trades as possible. But if you're right, beautiful. We'll take the reversal. Sword, good morning, brother. How we doing? All right, ATR is 60 here, so don't forget, unless you're intentionally trading big for some reason, don't forget to size down. You don't want to be in a trade. I'm not going to size down too much. I'll cut it in like, I'll maybe trade 60 to 70% the size, as has been normal these last few days. But you don't want to enter and say, oh, shit, I didn't size down. Let's pray it goes my way. 60 seconds here. Come on, Bears! Dump this thing. Dump it. Dump it. Need to see this thing grow a bit. It's gotta grow. Well, better get ready just in case here, right? 20 seconds out. We're watching bar 16 here. Gotta see this thing dump off, turn red, and grow at least a tad. Gonna get the copy trader ready to go? I don't think we're getting it. Whole bunch of nothing. All right, bar 17. By the way, Apex, remember that deal that was expiring last night? They extended it, baby. They extended it, 5 days? 70% off, $40 activation fees that are normally $140. You understand? And you can still pass in 1 day. This is all-in cost to a funded, one of the best deals Apex has ever ran. Code BIG. B-I-G. Go hit that up. Stock up. Get 20 fundeds. No, sir. No, sir. Just don't trade too much size over the size that they allow in that account. Don't trade news. Pretty much good to go. All right, 17, 323 out. Doug, advice for someone who enters early, adds in when it goes against, and exits too early. What's too early? Just a math equation, right? Someone says, oh, you're entering too early. Well, I mean, in a hard trend, the widest the probability is going to go is about 70-30 in futures. Most of the time, probably 95% of the time, 90% of the time, it's going to be 60-40 at best, and most of the time it's approximately 50-50. So too early really just means maybe not ideal for that trade in terms of probability. So when somebody like is on the internet, not you, but when someone is on the internet, like in the chat or whatever, on Reddit, whatever the fuck, and they say, that was the dumbest trade I've ever seen, I would never have done that. They're the idiot. They don't know the probability of the market. They think that they have like a 97% chance of being right on their trade. So, Doug, to answer your question, you can trade that way. There's a lot of scalpers that trade that way, probably not in prop accounts very successfully, at least not super commonly, because the trailing drawdown becomes a thing when you're adding, and people have too big of an ego to start small enough to be able to add to the position and still stay within reason in a prop account. Personal account traders, scalpers, can trade that way, but it's harder than just taking regular like swing trades. I take a scalp/swing hybrid approach, you guys know. Some of my trades take 15 seconds, some of them might take up to an hour, depends on how the trade develops and the intention of the trade going into it. But Doug, all the straight up professional trader talk aside, you know what it sounds like to me? Sounds like you got a whole lot of estrogen in your system, bud. You're too emotional, big dog. Get that down. Wait your turn. When the expected value is positive, you put the trade on. When it's negative, you don't. All right, 30 seconds out here, bar 17. Let's see what we get. Let's go. First payout of thousands. Thousands. All right, bar 17 closing up as a doji. Let's go 18. What's up, James? Doing well, brother. Trevor. Good trade. Close at 13. Good sell. Very good sell. That's a very good trade. Good work. Textbook. It's like a textbook, like B plus A minus kind of setup. Good job. It makes a lot of sense to me too, Trev. All right, 18. 3.5 minutes out. Give it to us. All right, 18. Give us a nice clean close below 17, and then since we got, two tiny little bars in between, I'd probably need to see 19 close up. Yeah, I mean, listen, no one knows. The question is, do you think the prop space is here to stay? No one knows, but my answer would be I think it's just going to get bigger. And the reason I say that is because, you say as traders get better, people are going to start taking payouts and the props are going to be less profitable. Okay, but let's look at how that actually will work. As more and more traders get better and start making more money and taking more payouts, guess what happens? All that is the beginners leveling up in the industry the size it currently is. And then as the industry grows and more people level up and start taking payouts and they're profitable and they start going full time and they're talking about it and they're like, hey, this is what worked for me. Then more beginners come in because they're like, oh, that's cool. I want to be a trader too. Then they come in, then they turn into novice traders and maybe start sharing their thoughts and, hey, like, this is what isn't working for me. Here's what's pretty much kind of working for me so far. And then more beginners come in, right? So I think it's probably here to stay. I mean, when you have more and more traders making money, all it does is make people more excited to come into the industry, because right now the trading industry has a huge problem. You know what it is that very few people are actually making money and doing well, which I think is stupid, because if you just do logical things, you're going to build a track record. It's like, I think of the trading industry right now as kind of like the legitimate side of kind of like the weight loss industry before anyone started losing weight. Is it impossible to lose weight? Obviously not. It's just kind of hard to get traction. And then from there, it's pretty easy to just keep going. Because you're like, oh, I like this. I like the way I look. I feel better about myself when I look in the mirror in the morning, right? And then they just keep going. The same thing with trading. Once you have a little bit of traction, you're like, oh, I have a track record. It's easier to cut your loser. It's easier to not break rules. It's easier to be patient, because you know that when you do that, you make money, which is the whole fucking goal. And then you feel good about yourself and you're happier and you're less stressed out. So that would be my estimation of where this is going. Now, 40 years from now, who the hell knows, dude? That's a really long time. But in the near future, I mean, yeah. Now, of course, I don't know. Like, the futures industry is really regulated, which I think is a really good thing, because that means props are looked at a lot. And they're still here, aren't they? So when people say, oh, props are a scam, no, you just suck at following rules. Okay, so you're just trading too big and then blowing your accounts or breaking rules, therefore getting denied payouts as part of the upfront agreement, and now you're like, they're a scam. That's kind of defamatory on your part if you're saying that, because you agreed to the contract and then you broke the rules and then got pissed when they said, we can't pay you. You didn't follow the rules. So when people say that, either you should basically assume that they either suck, right? Or we're trying to gamble their way to a big payout, and then we're mad when they said, no, you can't do that. Now, of course, have there been instances where, props have, like, someone's blown an account because of a glitch and the prop said, sorry, we can't replace them? Of course, like, that kind of stuff is going to happen. We're dealing with, technology. Things happen. I had a copy trader blow a bunch of accounts, maybe, 6 months ago plus. It was not the Affordable Indicators one, it was a different one. Blew a whole bunch of funded accounts on a glitch. I was trading one contract, it instantly ratcheted up, bought like 100. Blew the account instantly, all of them. But the copy trader covered it. The guy who developed it was like, fuck, dude, this happened to like 3 or 4 people. I'm going to pay you back for that. And he did. And I was like, this is a cool industry. I think it's here to stay. I really don't see why regulators would have any issue with this. It's a legitimate business model. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And it's a huge opportunity for traders. This is a performance industry. And by design, being a performance industry, you're going to have losers who are pissed and just talk shit all day. Let them talk shit while we keep winning. Okay, they'll just keep losing and be out of the industry and eventually tucker themselves out and stop talking shit because they didn't make it work, while the rest of us just win. I think it's here to stay, I really do. And you know what? If it's not, so be it. While it is here, make as much money as you possibly can trading with them, and then you can just trade full-time with personal capital anyway. The opportunity's here now, big dog. Don't trip yourself out saying, what if it's not here 18 years from now? Who gives a fuck? It's here now. Make money. Make money. Dude, everyone's like, well, what am I going to do in 27 years? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Have you seen this item? This interstellar object? Who the fuck knows, dude? Just make money. Is it a comet? We'll never know. Hopefully we will know, actually. All right, minute 27. Come on, bar 19. Yeah, I mean, Lalo, let's be real, though. It depends on your risk management, right? He says the problem with trading is that even if you are mostly profitable and very consistent, all it takes is one over-leveraged trade to kill you, 100%. 100%. You could do the same thing in real estate. Or a bubble pop. 2008 killed a lot of wealthy real estate investors. It did. Who were leveraged, up to the gills. 2008 was a fucking disaster for a lot of people. Square one, starting over. Trading is the same way. If you wake up on one Tuesday morning and decide to be a fucking reckless idiot, you can be worth 120 million and be worth 0 by the end of the day. Crazy. That's part of this game. So don't. You have to have control over yourself. You have to have emotional control. I mean, that's part of the game. And by the way, that can happen in anything. That can happen in entrepreneurship in general. If you're an angel investor, that can happen as well. If you're dumb and you go all in on something that doesn't work, or they take your money and move to Bali. Right? This can happen in all different kinds of ventures. And guess what? They're all big money ventures. All right, bar 20. Cheryl, good work. Good work. Got some real nice trades last night with Ram. Got 20 points. Good job. right, so we got to be careful here. We might end up in a little single bar trading range. Here from a bar about 15 onward. Let's hope we just break lower. Get a nice low close here out of 20 and then 21. Boom, another nice clean bear body, and all of a sudden we're sitting short. You know, but I gotta say, you know, going back again, the question about our prop firms here to stay, something that I think is really interesting is I'm not so sure I'd bet against the prop industry, right? So something to think about is, you know, the prop industry in my eyes is extremely young. It's new. It's really just started to gain popularity in the last like couple of years. In futures, I'm not talking like brick and mortar prop shops, but like online prop firms in futures, couple of years, really, we started to gain a lot of popularity. And there's good reason for that. And what's really interesting is if you're here early, you get a lot more time than the people who are going to come on in 5 or 10 years from now, or even like 2 years from now. And the way that I see this happening is a lot of you guys who are maybe just complete beginner newbies right now, in a couple of years, you'll have all this experience under your belt, and the prop firms need winners. They want to have winners, because without winners, why would anybody invest in themselves if no one's winning, right? So winners are a cost of doing business. It's a marketing cost essentially for these prop firms, right? So they want you to make money. They just know that trading is really hard. They have the data behind it, okay? And then when you are consistently winning a lot, again, who knows, in the future, a lot of these props might start moving even more to the live accounts. And then if it's a profit share thing, then everybody's making money, which is great. All that to say, I think if you're a beginner now, I do think in a few years, you'll kind of have graduated to the prop looks at you as a cost of doing business kind of thing, because you're making money and everybody's happy, and they get to kind of use you as, hey, look at our success story. And then new people come in, and then as the years go on, those new people level up again, and then more new people come in. And along the way, a lot of people are going to fail, of course. Trading's not easy, dude. That's why it can pay so well. Easy things don't pay well, because everybody can do them. It's the way of the world, baby. You want to make a lot of money, you have to do things that other people can't do. You have to be more disciplined in the market than other people. You have to be more patient in the market than other people. You have to be more willing to put trades on back to back to back than other people if they present themselves. All right, bar 21. 245 out. Context here is trying to turn into a bit of a trading range, obviously, so keep watching here. Let's let the 22 do its thing, see what we get. Hey Leo, how you doing, brother? How many micros in a 50K account? I like to trade between 3 and 5 in normal volatility environments. If I were trading like a newer 50K, or for example, a 50K where, let's say I just took my 4th payout in that account and it's now down because I took the max in a 50K of 2,000. You know how after 3 payouts at Apex on the 4th, you no longer have to respect the buffer? Okay, so if I took, let's say it's the 4th or 5th payout or whatever, and I take the max amount, and now my buffer is, let's say, only like $1,000 in a super high volatility environment, I might trade 2 micros, right? But to me, this is a question of nuance that's going to come up for a lot of you guys when you start getting to that 4th, 5th payout with Apex. All of a sudden, you're going to check, and it's going to be available for a payout, and you're like, oh, I was expecting to be able to take, you know, like $800 or whatever, and I can take 2,000, the max on a 50K. What's going on? Well, they remove that you have to respect the buffer rule after the 3rd payout at Apex. So then you can take the buffer down to, you know, less than what you normally can. So if the volatility is high, you wouldn't want to trade the same size unless you're just sacrificing that account, which I guess can sometimes make sense. But I think you should try to get it up out of the hole. Trade small for a couple of days in that account. But if all that to say, 3 to 5 micros in a 50K is what I like. And if volatility is really, really high, 1 to 2. If it's really high, 1. If it's moderately high like it is today, maybe trade 2, 3 micros in a 50K. If it's normal, 3 to 5. That's what works for me. And the math tends to work where you're taking payouts, you know, like approximately every 8 days, 8 trading days, 10 trading days on average in those accounts. All right, 22. We're 60 seconds out from the close of bar 22 here. See if they can break this lower closer beneath the wick low of bar 18, and then 23 put us right in the slot with another good bear body. That would do it. All right, quick break, 2 minutes. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. Watch this thing dump 80 points. All right, Bears. Come on now, Bears. What do you got? What do you got? Bar 23, 15 seconds. Let's get a nice low close. Take 24 down through. Give us the cleanest bear body you've seen in your life. Then I'll short that thing down to 20,000. $455 out. Good, 24. Take that baby lower. Do it to him. All right, I am gonna run. We're 2 minutes out here. 2:12 from the close of 24. I want to see that baby dump off a cliff. But I do want to know the answer to a couple questions. So vote in the poll. Let's start with this one. Let's see where everyone's at. And just be straight up, dude. There's no ego here. If you haven't, just fucking hit no. Minute 27 out. Yeah, we need a bigger sample size. If you haven't, vote in the poll. Have you passed an eval yet? Some of you are like, yeah, I passed like 1,000. Vote yes. And if you're like, I've been at this for 10 years and never passed an eval, well, maybe you should hop aboard in the Ram train. But hit no. Get the sample sizes up. I think a lot of you are not voting because you don't want to press the no button. That's a problem. You have too big of an ego. 24, closing up right in the middle of the trading range. 455 out. All right, we run flash polls around here, so if you missed it, you missed it. On to the next one, the important one. Vote in this one! Let's see. Just be straight up, big dog. Have you gotten a payout yet? Let's see what this one looks like. See if people have the fucking guts to vote this one. Yeah, this one's about opposite of the other one. 30% of you, though, voting yes. That's a big deal. All right, 25. Come on now. Keep pushing, Niles. Keep pushing that shit. Go big, baby. All right, bar 25. Come on now. Nico, when traders say that it was a difficult day to trade, do they mean that it was really wicky? Usually, yes. But you got to be careful because sometimes what they mean is that they just lost. It was difficult for them. Someone else might have had their best day ever. But usually, yeah, when traders who have kind of been around the block say, yeah, I had trouble today, which, you know, you guys have heard me say, often what it means is the volatility was really low and it was really indecisive, which doesn't give us a lot of potential. Kind of like this trading range from bar, 16 onward, 15 onward. It'll break. ATR's holding up. It's still 56, which is very, very good. All right, 26. It was a nice low close here, baby. Good. Good, 26. Now, when we get the first body that closes outside of the trading range within reason, if it's barely outside, I like to wait for the next body. If it's a relatively sizable bar, like 26 would be, then I'll take that first body. So let's see what 26 does here on the close. And we might have something here, 4 minutes out. Listen, guys, you know how you get payouts? They just tell you. Let's take a 50K Apex count, for example. And this is so kind of funny because a lot of you guys are trading some kind of... And what's interesting is a lot of you guys who have really dove headfirst into RAM all of a sudden are getting payouts. It's like, okay, well, why is that? Well, one, it's logical. Two, it makes sense. You're not confusing yourself to the high heavens with indicators and random decision-making that's illogical and inconsistent. But also the scaling horizontally approach makes sense in prop, doesn't it? Okay, so those of you guys who are like, yeah, I've passed a lot of evals, haven't gotten payouts. This is an ego issue. And it's because you're stubborn and impatient. Why? Because you want your fucking money now. I've got bills to pay, you say. Okay, well, you keep doing what you're doing, you're never going to be able to pay those. Chill out. Trade smaller size in a 50K account in normal volatility environments. 3 to 5 micros in higher volatility, maybe even size down to 1 or 2 micros. You have to trade 8 days anyway at Apex. You can't rush that. Just hit base hits, trade, go on with your day. You'll look back in a couple of weeks and say, holy shit, I'm taking payouts already. A couple of weeks, dude, goes by like nothing. Nothing. But when you're in the moment, you're like, I need my money now. I don't know what else to say. That's a psychology issue. That's a problem. Unless you can break that, nothing's going to change. So you got to brute force break it until you have the track record to just say, yeah, when I do this, I make money. So I'm cool with that. But when you don't have the track record, you're in this endless loop of trade too big, take bad trades on top of the good trades, and blow everything up with too big a size. Which means ultimately, what do you really need to do? You need to weed out the bad, only take what you see as the reasonable, and trade responsible, good size that makes logical sense in a prop account. This doesn't take 2 years, it doesn't have to. You might look back in 3 weeks and have money hitting the bank account from Apex. Really. Gotta kill that ego. Alright, ready? Here we go, bar 26. Let's see. 20 seconds out. Copy trader engaged. Ready to go. 2 consecutive bear bodies. This would be the first bear body closing outside of the trading range. So I want to see it close relatively clean, but it's not closing just barely. It's closing pretty nicely outside of the trading range. That's not all that clean. But I'll tell you what, I'll give it 15 total seconds from the open of bar 27, and if we don't get a fill in 15 seconds, then I don't want to participate. If we do, that's quick resolution, and then I'll participate, happily. No fill, no trade, moving on. Next bar here, let's see what 27 brings us. I don't really, the logic behind building prop accounts up, I think, is more like that swing for the fences kind of gambly mentality. Not to say that people who set records are gambling. I don't know how they're trading. I'm not saying that they are at all. They might be great traders. In my opinion, it's not about the trading. It's about, if I have the rights to money, I want to be in control of the money. Because if you want, you can just throw it into a personal account and do whatever you want with it anyway. But now you control it. So I take the money when I can. Across the board with props. I take it when I can. I want it in my control to do as I please with it. And if that's trading, great. So yeah, with Take Profit Trader, now if it's like a small amount, it's just like, whatever, I'll just let it be. But, if it's like, all right, it's worth, taking the minute or two to request the money in Take Profit Trader, then I'll take it each day. Or as often as I can. I mean, I don't know. The way I see it is why leave your money in someone else's control when it's the same money? And it's not like you lose access to trading with it. If you want, if it's really important to you to keep trading with that money, put it in a personal account, right? I mean, I don't know. It's the way I see it. You'll also get the tax benefits in a personal account of trading futures. Two minutes. Now, by the way, when I said building up accounts is that swinging for the fences mentality, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. That's all I believe. Because what the fuck's the point if you're not swinging for the fences? But there are strategic ways to do that, and there are kind of reckless ways to do that. I've seen it happen too many times, and this shouldn't happen, but it does, where people build up Apex accounts to really big numbers to the point where they can take like an $800,000 payout. And then they blow it all in one day. You know what that tells me? It tells me that they don't really trust themselves, and they're going into revenge mode, reckless mode, too easily. Because if you've built that much of a buffer, you shouldn't be blowing it all in one day. So what does that say about how they built it up? You know what I mean? So I think you should swing for the fences, but dude, man, like, life is expensive, dude. There's nothing wrong with making money. If someone shames you for making more money, assuming you're doing it, assuming you're not trafficking drugs, you know what I mean? Like, they're the fucking problem, not you, big dog. Life costs a lot of money, especially to live a good, nice life. Don't you deserve that? Fuck, I think you do. But do it strategically. Swing for the fences strategically. Be in control of the funds, I think, as soon as you can be. That's my opinion. All right, 28. 27 closing as a big doji, essentially. All right, 210 out here from the close of 28. Come on, 28, what you got? What you got? Let's see. Let's see. Can the Bears give us a nice, good, reasonable close here out of bar 28? If they can, I've got a present. I've got a present for them. All right, we're 25 seconds out here from the close of bar 28. Gonna go ahead and get the copy trader ready to roll. And if we can see a nice clean close out of 28 below the wick low of 27, then I will place a stop limit sell and look to get short in the first 15 to 30 seconds of the open of 29. Let's see. Inside close, no trade. Next bar, see what 29 brings. All right, 215 out from the close of 29. Bull's trying to take it back up into the range. Let's see. All right. 15 seconds here till 29 closes up. They're trying to take it back into the trading range. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. I'm hoping this develops into kind of a soft bear channel, widening out. The ATR is maintaining, man. We're at 54 on the ATR, which is tremendous to see. Now it just dumped to 49. But anything above 20, I'm happy. Anything above 30 on the ATR, I'm thrilled. So bar 30, man. Let's see what we get. 450 out. That's right, hit like! Wife's orders. And if enough people do it, man, maybe we'll give away some accounts, huh? All right, Bears, there we go. There we go. Give us a good close. I need to see 31 here also. That's a reasonable start, Bears. Oh, Christian, you know I will, big dog. 5 years, brother. Good work. Not like everything else. Fucking 10x that shit. 50, baby, minimum. 2 minutes. Come on, 30. Whole bunch of insecure bears. We'll take it 1 bar lower, right back into a trading range. With an ATR of 55, I don't think so. I don't think so. Give us a clean close out of 30. Same thing on 31. Then I've got a big ol' wrapped up gift with a bow on top and a smooch for those bears. 90 seconds. Doesn't matter if the bearish candles have no upside wick. I don't care too much about upside wick in general, but you gotta remember, I'm risking the signal bar when I'm putting a trade like that on. Okay, so the more upside wick there is, the more sort of the more I'd have to risk, and I'm not really getting a lot of confirmation out of it. So I don't like to see so much upside wick that it makes me risk, 3 times the size of the signal bar body, and I'm not really getting much out of it. Because that means that the bulls made a pretty hard test upside. They did fail, which is good, but no. Unless it's really obvious and it increases the risk too much, I don't really care too much about upside wick as long as it's within reason. All right, 18 seconds here, so the close of bar 30. Come on, bar 30. Close us nice and low. Good. Those insecure little wiggles back up in. All right, I'll take that close. That's reasonable. Let's watch 31 now. Give us a nice clean bear body out of 31. That's just an instant retest of that little single bar trading range. What ATR is too high where you have to trade less contracts? Well, it depends on the day. I think above 40, it makes sense to start thinking about sizing down. Above 50, definitely. Above 60, certainly. And the higher it goes, the more you got to size down, right? If the ATR is 90, but there's tremendous setups, does it mean you just shouldn't trade? No. But a lot of people will not trade because they're scared. And they come up with an excuse like, oh, this thing's whippy today. It's just regular price action. It's just expanded. Size way the hell down so that your dollar amount risk is the same and trade as if the ATR is 30, right? We're trading NQ right now. All right, bar 31 is trying to turn this baby into a single bar trading range. No, AK, you can trade RAM on any instrument that has enough volume on any time frame. Do not think that it only works on the 5-minute NQ chart. It's not even close to true. All right, 31, closing up. This is now turning into trying to a sideways single bar trading range. So let's see what this market can do, man. ATR luckily is holding up. 50 on the ATR still. Very good to see. 51, baby. All right, bar 32. Get us out of this little range, man. 3 minutes out. All right, 33, what you got? How old are you? When did you start? I'm 27. I started when I was 18, 19. And I have watched damn near every fucking bar of every trading day, just about, for nearly a decade. It's a lot of screen time, dude. We're just getting started. All right, 33. Come on now, what you got? All right, by the way, 20 EMA, we have not tested it at all, not even once since the open. So if we get a long setup into the 20, I'm going to have to hold off until we get another bar going up through the 20. See what we get. Michael, good morning. How we doing? Don't waste your 20s, dude. Sacrifice them. You can have fun. But, straight up, no bullshit. Let me think. I stopped partying. And I knew this going in, man. I stopped partying when I was 18. Before I could even legally buy a drink in a bar, I was done. I said, this is fucking stupid. I refuse. You know, to me, it's not fun unless you're like the young guy at the party or whatever, or in the bar. It's not cool to be the old guy in the bar. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm done. Done. I have probably bought a drink legally a handful of times. Like in a bar, like, hey, here's my ID, I'm over 21. Handful of times. The vast majority of it was before I could even do it legally, before 20. From like 14, 15 to like 18. Now, I'm not saying that that's a good thing. All right, but I knew from the get-go, all right, I want to do this. I'm going to get it out of the way early so that I can sacrifice my 20s and do what I really want, which is break the bloodline, right? Be successful, live the life I think I deserve, but need to work for first. 452 out. Oh, God. Bears! Give us some confidence, baby. Just cut it out, dude. Just cut it out. I don't know. It's not, to me, it's not fun anymore. It's no longer worth it. It was fun when you're, 18, 17, 16. Again, not a good thing, but I'm not saying it's a good thing, but that was my decision. I started partying 14, 15, went harder 16, 17, 18, and then I'm like, I'm fucking done. It's time to make money. And you know what's interesting? I think drinking's kind of going out of style with the newer generation, which I think is fucking tremendous. Yeah, and do you have to completely cut it out? You're an adult, dude. Do whatever you want. The only time I would ever be interested is like, my wife and I are in a really nice place. It's like, hey, you want to have a glass of champagne? Sure, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's watch the sun go down, have a glass of champagne together. Beautiful. But like, that's a hell of a lot different than doing, fucking Jaeger bombs at the bar at 3 a.m. Again, a lot of fun when you're 16. Not too cool when you're, 36, 46, 56, 66. It's not, I'm not going to sit here and preach you can never do this, never do that. I mean, like, whatever. I lost interest early, which was the best thing for me. Get it out of the way. Again, too young, but I don't regret a thing. Get it out of the way as early as possible. I just lost interest. It's not that I ever, had an issue. In fact, I had the opposite of an issue. I was like, this just isn't even fun. I want to make money. I want to do the real fun stuff, which is feel good. And feel good about myself and have fun working towards something positive. This is destructive. And I feel like shit. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Just lost interest in it. ATR still 53 here, and bar 34 is doing a whole lot of nothing. 50 seconds out. Yeah, you know what, Gun? I don't know, dude. I just look at everybody as my peers. I think a lot of us are gonna live, like age-wise. If you're 22, you're 62, we're all just, I don't even think about it. It's not too late. Just fucking do it. It doesn't have to take that long. If you're like, I want to do this, but I'm 68 years old, who gives a shit? Just do it. Why not? It'll be a cool story, right? Just do the thing. That's the cool thing about becoming like an actual adult, like getting into your mid-20s, then getting a little older. You start to realize that like And it kind of just starts to fade. Like you look around and everyone's just people. Like you don't really think about age anymore. It's like, oh, he's 21, he's successful, that's fucking awesome. Oh, he's 71, he's successful, that's fucking awesome. It's like, who cares? Everyone's just each other's peers. Like the age is kind of irrelevant at this point. You know, whereas like in high school, a 2-year difference is everything. And then that all just goes away. And you're like, man, I just want people to win. Age, what's that? Who cares? 345 out, 35, bar 35 that is. Come on, let's do something here. Now, right now, this is a trading range. Well, I gotta tell you, I think we're gonna get something. Back in 2 minutes. I need a refill if we're gonna stare at this little trading range. All right. Welcome back. And we are still in this little range. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Come on, Bears. Let's do it to them. All right, now you guys know my answer. Now let's run a poll in the chat. My analytics tell one story, but I want to hear it from you guys. How old are you, and how long have you been trading? Let's see. Right in the chat. Just type it. Type it. How old are you? How long have you been trading? While we wait for this market to do something interesting and pay us, baby! Bar 37. Come on now. Manuel, only 5 months. You're killing it. Man, we are all over the board. Gotta love it. Hark. 57 years. Let's go. Man, we've got quite the crew. Huge mix. That's exactly what I want. Love it. Beautiful. All right, 37. What do you guys think? Should we start taking bets? Should we start taking bets? Should we start playing dice in the alley? How long till this thing breaks out? 5 minutes? 2 hours? I'm talking this sideways trading range I have drawn. I gotta tell you, it would be really nice. We're 60 seconds out here from the close. Of 37. If the bulls can if we can get a nice clean close out of 37, like at least toward the top end of this trade range, and then 38 is a sizable bull body, not huge, not 200 points, but a sizable bull body growing above obviously the wick high of 33 and of course the 20 EMA, which by the way, on the 5-minute chart, we still have not tested the 20 EMA all day. All day. Now, something worth considering is something like the 20 EMA on a 5-minute chart here on NQ has a very, very low probability of never getting tested the whole day. Now, that doesn't necessarily help us take trades, but it helps us kind of think about things in terms of probabilities. The chances are we're going to test that thing at least once before the New York close. Again, it's a very high probability that we do test it at least once. So you guys talking about gold, huh? Should we take a look at gold? ATR on gold 5.6. Yeah, it's all right for gold. Not too bad. I mean, in a lot of ways, gold is kind of doing a similar thing as NQ. Right? Sideways range, attempted breakout, fade. Not exact, of course, but similar. All right, 245 out. Come on, 38. Give us a nice good close, then 39 is going to do it to him. Give us a nice, poppy, clean bull close above the wick high of 33, well above the wick high of 33. After a clean close here on a 38. What do you think? Yeah, listen, this is this trading range. It's not exactly a single bar trading range, but it's kind of close, and it's straight up sideways. It's a little easier to find edge in like soft bull channels, soft bear channels, which are kind of mixes of trends and trading ranges, right? You can kind of combine the two thought processes. In a sideways trading range, it's tough. So if you're going to trade a sideways trading range, I like to see it a little wider compared to the ATR, whereas here, you know, bars are really having no problem reclaiming 75-80% of the range itself, which is kind of tight, especially on bar 20, 29, 30, 31. So when you have high volatility like this, ATR is 50 here on the 5-minute NQ chart, a lot of people are going to blow up accounts because the edge is hard to come by. Really hard to come by actually predictable good edge in a trading range like this. If you are going to trade it, you have to be pretty surgical about it. And probably don't do too much adding because, again, the ATR is high. So it could push 50 points outside the range and then come right back inside. which will kill you unless you're trading small. A lot of accounts probably blown from 27, bar 27 to now. Man, if you're one of them, own up. Own up in the chat. Did you blow some from 27 to now? It's all right if you did. Learn from it. 40 seconds out here from the close of 38. Come on, Bulls. Jesus, what just happened on the Trump stream? Not to Trump, but to somebody else. Can't tell who it is. Does anyone know who is that? If you didn't see, go to the... Open a new tab, damn it! And then go to the Associated Press live stream. I don't know what just happened. Not to Trump, I'd like to clarify. Nothing happened to Trump. I don't know who that is. Someone said Gordon something. He just collapsed during... He looks like he's okay. But he just collapsed right during the live stream. Jesus. And then the Associated Press live stream just went black, and then they ended it 3 minutes later. Yeah, he might have just fainted, I don't know. When he's on the ground, he is moving. He looks all right. And sometimes, I mean, to be fair, sometimes when you're standing there like that with your knees locked, I mean, it could happen to anybody, really. But he is an older gentleman. I don't know who that is. All right, 39. What you got for us here? Yeah, I mean, when you're standing in a... I mean, to be fair, to give him the benefit of the doubt, when you're standing there, knees locked, with like 50 people in a suit, it's probably not too comfortable, you know? With like 100 cameras pointing at you. Well, hope he's all right. All right, 39. Let's see what you got for us. 60 seconds. And again, we should probably extend this out just for the sake of looking at it. Now remember, you can draw trading ranges like this. You can draw it like this. I usually just split the difference, but understand that up here, the wick high of 33, that's kind of like the extreme of it. It's never an exact science to draw a trading range. All right, let's get a nice clean close out of 39 at 40, which opens here in 35 seconds, can give us a nice push and a good close. That would be beautiful. All right, good close, 39. Come on, bar 40. Do it to him. 455 out. I imagine a lot of you guys are probably like, yeah, I'm done for the day. I want to give bar 40 a shot. I want to give bar 40 a shot. See if we can get a nice growing bull body, at least similar in size to 39, with a clean close well above the wick high of 33, of course. And see what we can get here. Come on, bulls, let's do it. Looking all right so far. Keep that pushing, bulls. $320 out. Yep, David. If I trade Asia, which is good, is not every night, but if I'm sitting here working and Asia opens and it's moving, like the other night, I think two nights ago, Tuesday night maybe, it pushed. ATR was pretty good, in the 20s if I remember correctly. And, if I see a proper ramp setup, do my job, put it on, keep working on what I'm working on, manage it bar by bar. But yes, I trade the same way. All right, we're about halfway through bar 40. See if it closes up reasonable. All right, Bull's gonna give it to us. Like the way that looks so far. Let's clean this up. All right, ready? 29 seconds out, baby. Copy trader engaged. The market is finally attempting a nice clean break outside of this sideways trading range we've had since bar 27. We're now on bar 40. And I'm looking at this guy saying if we can get a nice clean closure out of bar 40, not too much wick there, bulls. Don't get insecure on me. I want to see security. Pop that thing, pop that thing. It's reasonable. I'll give that 15 to 20 seconds. That's what I think it deserves. About 20 seconds max to give me a fill. And if not, then I can't participate. 10 seconds. See if the bulls got it in them. Come on, bulls. Take it through, baby. Give us that fill. 2 seconds. No fill, no trade. Gotta pull it. Gotta pull it. Got very, very close. Very close, but that's a 20-second setup at most. And we got to 20. No fill. Gotta pull it, man. All right, let's see what 41 brings us here. We've had 3 teasers today. I think I've put out 3 stop limit orders. And we've gotten fills on 0. We might get another one here on bar 41, though. Good push, bulls. Keep that moving. Minute 30 out. Let's see if 41 can close up nice and clean here. All right, bulls. I don't mind that. Let's just grow that maybe a tad. All right, we're 26 seconds out. Good. Bar 41 giving us what we're kind of after here. I'm going to need to see this close up nice and clean. 3 consecutive bull bodies. Finally pulling out of this little sideways trading range from bar 27 all the way to bar basically, 38, 39. So let's get a stop and move buy order ready. Move that upside and bring her back down ready to place. Boom. Place that guy there on the close of 41. Open of 42. And we'll give that one about 20 to 25 seconds max to see if we can get a fill. I want reasonably quick resolution here in order to convince me to participate. Five seconds. No fill, no trade, man. Teaser number 4 of the day. A lot of insecurity in the market here. ATR is good. It's 44. We're just not getting really quick resolution. That's all right. Kind of more grindy moves here since bar like 16. All right, 245 out. Come on, 42. Give us a move higher. Give us the cleanest bull close of all time. And give us a fill. Getting teased. All right, well, we're minute 25 out. $30 seconds. They're trying to take it back. Bulls are showing a little insecurity, man. All right, there's the close at 42. All right, guys, I'm hitting lunch. It's about that time. Let's see what the afternoon brings. Hey, by the way, Apex extended their deal. It's one of the just straight up all-in funded. It's one of the best deals they have ever ran. It's 70% off. The activation lifetime fees are $40. They're normally $140, and you can still pass in 1 day with code BIG, baby, B-I-G. All right, I'm out of here. See you in the morning. Stay patient. Let it come to you when it does. No fear, baby. Hit it. All right, guys. Have a good afternoon. See you tomorrow. Pharaoh Friday, baby. Let's finish out the week strong.